Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play SaGa 2 Goddess of Destiny. Last time we just exited the northern cave and now we're making our way to Outset Town. I'm Dylan, your host, and once again shoutouts to Crimson Nocturnal for this fantastic fan translation. I've been really impressed with the quality thus far. Of course, all due respect to Square Enix for creating this fantastic game as well. And we are in a pickle now because it looks like we've just run into two groups of enemies at once, so let's see how that works. Looks like flame still hits everything, even though there are enemies both in front of and behind us. Wonder what exactly the effects of having enemies behind us are. Well, we'll find out soon enough. This is, of course, something that was not present in the original game. I guess the only real difference here is that we have a goblin in front of us and a goblin behind us, and those are not combined into the same, goblin group, whereas they would be if both goblins were in front of us. Anyway, we'll have Zenith attack this goblin in the behind, and Natsumer attack the goblin in the front. Virtue, still holding that battle hammer, can go after this Ashigaru here, and we'll just disregard the skeleton for now. Hopefully the flame will take care of that one once Elodie's turn comes around. Wow, that punch getting very powerful right now. We might actually want to be switching over to the sword with Zenith and conserving uses of that punch until later. Though, if we're able to obtain another punch soon, that won't be necessary. Going to continue using Flame even though there's only one enemy left, because hopefully we'll be returning to an inn soon. And at that point, Elodie's Esper abilities will refresh. Elodie's just learned her fourth ability, which is unfortunately another sleep. She already has one sleep, so this one's pretty redundant since I don't see us using up all of the uses of either of them. And Natsumer naturally increasing her max HP once again, going all the way up to 116, now has nearly as much HP as Elodie and Zenith combined. 134 Kiro, very nice amount, but still hoping to find an inn. Is this perhaps Outset Town? It appears that it is. Alright, so, I don't know, I think I've got one more fight in me. What's that exclamation point? Uh-oh, what is this? Who is that? Stop, please. Please stop. This is new. This was not in the original game. Hey, what's happening? Why, you? Buzz? Oh, no, I can't fight giant flies right now. I'm looking for an inn, guys. Give me a break. Okay, and they're in the same group, and I'm hoping that they'll be weak to Blizzard, so let's try that. Zenith can keep on punching. This seems to be like a mini boss of some kind, so I don't mind using my good attacks here. Okay. Okay, looks like they have about 50 HP each. No big deal. Not much more powerful than the other enemies we've encountered. Ooh, and they may have been weak to that blizzard like I thought, because that was a lot of damage. I was hoping for some kind of visual indication, though, of whether an enemy is weak to an attack. And if that was indeed weak, then it doesn't seem like there's any indication, though. Maybe the sound was different, and I'll have to listen for that in the future. In the original game, it just straight up told you, Flyman was weak to ice, took so-and-so damage, but whatever. In any case, is this person okay? Who is this? Thank you for coming to my aid. As for me, I am called Calliope. Aha! One of the muses. Here's my way of thanks. Oh, wait. MP? What is MP? 500 MP obtained. I don't think that this is something that was in the original game at all. I'll now depart to the Muses world. Yes, it's the world where we Muses live. That kind of world exists. If you're interested, be sure to visit. Our messenger angel is in various towns. He will guide you to our world. Interesting. I look forward to our next encounter. Yeah, this is all new to me. I'm curious what that's about. But I am not going to risk any more fights. I'm going to head right here into what I believe is Outset Town and hopefully find an inn in order to recharge Elodie's abilities. Oh, hey, is that our father already? We should go talk to him, but I'm not in control yet. Alright, well, that's someone we'll have to find. Wow, this is a cool looking town. Oh, I'm not able to rotate the camera here like I am in the overworld, but that's well enough. Yeah, wow, I'm impressed at how cool this area looks. Like, even the fence in front of the camera, that's a cool touch. Alright, what's this guy have to say? You'll find a really cute priestess called Kai at that temple. Okay, well, Kai's name in the English translation of the original Game Boy name was just spelled K-I. I presumed it was pronounced Kai, and not, key, but that's how it was spelled. What do you have to say? The Demon Lord Ashura has his minions attacking people outside of town. We'll have to be careful outside of town then. That is a weapon store, no need to head there yet. Ah, okay, the teacher mentioned that he had a student in this town, and I'm guessing that that's who this is because she looks similar. Oh yeah, here we go. Are you teacher's student? Ah, you must be teacher's new pupils. That we are. So that must mean teacher told you to find me. Yes. We were told to ask you if we need help understanding something. Alright, so is this just a tutorial person? Is she going to teach us anything we don't already know? Yeah, it seems to mostly be things we already know about, like monsters, espers, but what is this muses business all about? Learn about the muses. Muses seem to be more humans than gods. If the muses are pleased by your battle style, they'll shower you an MP. Okay, so I've already got 500 MP, I think. Be sure to make friends. They'll help you out in battle if you... Are they like summons? I see you've made friends with the muses. The only way to get to their world is with the guide, who may be nearer than you think. Okay, well, thanks anyway, teacher's pupil. Yeah, just the weapon store that way. Item store back there. Who's this? Oh, wow, looks like another of teacher's friends. You, I have some good news for you. Why don't you sell me some items? I'll hang on to the goods I buy from you. If you want them again, you should see me. Okay. So he's like a pawn store. Deal? Good choice, pal. Okay, so you can sell him things and then you can buy those things back from him later at a premium? Okay. In the original you could just sell items anywhere, but if you're restricted to just him, that's, more annoying than useful. Alright, let's talk to Dad here. Cutscene. Dad? Yeah. In the original, it was just some guy wearing a hat. In this case, it's someone who actually dresses like our dad, but has a comical face. It's someone else. Say that relics were found in the ruins of the ancient gods. Do you happen to know where that is? Are you sure it's not our father? He also talked about relics a lot. Alright, over here we have the pub. In the American release of the original, they replaced the pubs with cafes, but it was the same principle. The celestial world looms over the northern mountains thanks to the sky pillar. Okay. Ashura has a base in the North Valley. Ashura's minions are looking for the lost relics. Oh, who is that? That person looks interesting. We'll talk to her in a second. I want to finish talking to the normal people first. The celestial world is supported by sky pillars. Oh, I bet she's the muse's assistant or whatever. Oh, okay, so you can get information by drinking at the pub. Basically, you pay a small fee and then you get a hint about what to do next in the game. This guy is not very helpful though. He's just telling us that this is no place for kids. Also, we have a jukebox here, so we can listen to different songs from throughout the game, but no need to do that right now. Alright, yeah, let's talk to this person. Are you the muse's friend? I am traveling while I play the shamisen. Oh, I have a favor to ask. Apparently she's not related to the muses. She is a musician though, so I guess she's related to the muses in that way. Interesting that this this dialogue choice appears on both screens. I wonder what the reason for that is. I'll listen. She seems pleased by that. I did enjoy it. It was very soothing. Oh, is that all? I suspect we'll be meeting that one again later on. Alright, so that's all we have to do here at the pub. There was an inn back this way. Yes, here it is. Now, if this works like it did in the original game, the amount that an inn costs to heal you is directly related to the amount of damage you've sustained. Which means that if you have an esper or a monster with healing magic, you should use as much of that magic as possible prior to resting in the inn, because that magic will be completely restored when you rest without it impacting the cost of the rest, because the rest is based purely on the amount of HP missing and not the amounts of skills that are being restored. But unfortunately, Elodie has not learned a healing ability yet, and we did not think to heal before the teacher left our party, So we'll be stock paying full price, which in this case is 121 Kiro, which is kind of a hit because that's roughly as much as we get from a good encounter, but it's worth doing because we definitely want those abilities back. Okay, and we're all healed up, so no need to worry about that any longer, and we can use our remaining money at the various shops around town. But first, there's yet another one of these Cyclops monsters who hangs out here, apparently. Who am I? I'm the free warehouseman. Okay, so this is an item storage system, I'm guessing. And, I'm guessing that this guy and the, actually I'm guessing that all three of these monsters that we've met in this town probably appear in all of the towns and provide their services everywhere we go. This one apparently we can just store anything but event items and withdraw it later without having to pay like we do at the pawnbroker. I don't have anything I want to store right now. In fact, we have very few items in general. Was it... we picked this up out of a chest, I think, and it looks like that potion is our only item. I'm going to go ahead and equip that potion to Zenith. We've already given Natsmer one potion. We'll give Zenith the other one. Potions, like weapons, have a limited number of uses, in this case 4, and they'll heal roughly as much as a healing spell will. Though, the amount healed by a potion is not based on the user's stats, so potions don't grow with you as you go throughout the game, whereas a healing spell will grow more potent throughout the game as your healing, or as your magic stat increases. And healing is actually based on the magic stat both of the healer and the healed in this game, meaning that someone with a higher magic stat will need to be healed fewer times than someone with the same amount of HP with a lower magic stat. And this is particularly relevant since we have a robot in the party. And as we can see, if we check out the ability screen here, or actually any screen, yeah, Virtue has a spirit of 0 compared to 7, 3, and 4 for the other characters, which means that healing Zenith, or I keep calling him Zenith, healing Virtue is going to require more castings of the same spell than healing the other characters. But I'm planning on keeping Virtue's defense pretty high throughout the game, so we shouldn't have to heal him very often anyway. And this is the item store here, where they sell... Okay, this is like a combined armor store and item store here in the first town, but in future towns this will be split into 2 separate stores. We can buy status curing items, potions, and also some armor. And, oh, that's nice. Okay, so it actually tells you how much defense increase you'll get from an item and how much it'll increase a robot's stats. That's nice, because the original game was much more mysterious with regards to the effects of equipment. You would have to try something on before you would see exactly how effective it was, but this one's very transparent about that, and I'm thankful for that. We have 1,246 gold, so we cannot afford these mithril gloves. This other stuff is very cheap, though. We should be able to buy that. I don't think we need any more shields, actually, but I'll go ahead and buy gloves and helmets for everyone. It looks like we can't buy multiple, so we just have to do it successively. 2, 3, 4 bronze gloves. 1, 2, 3, 4 bronze helmets. And let's equip each of those now. Starting with Elodie, who currently has a defense of 3, and after putting on 1 glove and 1 helmet, we'll have a defense of 6. And we'll repeat that for each of our other friends. 1 glove, 1 helmet. Zenith's defense, also now at 6. And Natsmer, looks like, is going to have a defense of 5 when all is said and done. Defense is one of the harder stats to increase naturally. I think you almost have to use a shield on your turn in order to actually get a defense increase at the end of battle. But fortunately, there are many items that you can equip that'll increase your defense. And as you can see, a single human or Esper can equip a gauntlet, a helmet, a cuirass, and also boots. So there are like a maximum of 4 defensive items in addition to a shield that you can equip. Robots, however, are a little bit unique in that robots are not limited to a single glove, a single helmet. You could equip 8 helmets, well, 7 helmets to a robot if you wanted to. It's like all of these are just like becoming parts that are integrated into the robot's construction. It's not concerned about what part of the body it's meant to go on. It can just equip as many as it wants. And so Virtue's defense is now all the way up to 12. You can see already that robots' defenses are very, very high if you properly equip them for defense. He's also got a strength of 8, which is pretty high relative to our other characters, so Virtue's off to a blazing start. He does not need very many battles in order to accumulate great power, just a little bit of money. So that's the item store. We also had a weapons store over on this side of town, so we'll be checking that out. And looks like a goblin is in charge of this store. Something just interesting about this game is that, like, all of the races just sort of live in harmony. Like, their stores run by goblins, and stores run by robots, and stores run by people, and, like, no one really notices. It's just like they all live together in the same society. It's kind of really refreshing. Right, so it looks like a battle hammer is a type of axe. That's good to know because, like, it would be weird if hammer was its own weapon category with its own proficiency rating, because if I remember correctly, there's only one hammer weapon in the entire game, and it's pretty poor. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to buy... well, I want an extra rapier for sure for Natsmer, so let's buy that. And I want to buy an additional punch for Zenith. And I think that's all for now. A kick is an additional martial art that's a little bit more powerful than a punch, but I'm fine with punches for now. And yeah, I think that's all we need. Virtue and Elodie are pretty much set on weapons for now. The humans are much more demanding in that respect, but that's their role in the game. And so yeah, let's switch out the longsword for a punch. And he can keep the longsword here. It's probably more efficient to go into the ability screen to rearrange the equipment, the inventory there, but whatever. Got it taken care of. So there's a second rapier for Natsmer, a second punch for Zenith, and I think that's all the business we have in this town. So let's head outside and continue along our journey. We've gotten a few bits of information here. We heard about a monster called Ashura. Seems to be troubling people. We also heard that there's a temple nearby operated by a priestess by the name of Kai, so that's somewhere we'll be visiting soon, I believe. I wonder if I can run into monsters here in this forest, like, without seeing them. That's interesting. It doesn't seem that way. I didn't see any monsters in the forest, but the moment I stepped out of it, I found some robbers. We'll fight them with our, well, I was gonna say with our new weapons, but, you know, not really so much. Actually, yeah, let's start breaking in our new punch. Start working on that new technique. No reason to switch to the other rapier, though. Virtue can just use the battle hammer, and let's roll. 29 damage, alright. 35 from Natsmer. Yeah, we've encountered these enemies before, so I'm expecting them to go down pretty easily here. Happy to see Elodie getting to use her magic, possibly get a spirit increase that way, but not this time around. Zenith's agility increased, though. Martial arts are agility-based weapons and not strength-based weapons, so we'll be seeing that happen. Oh, Calliope just gave us 7 MP. I'm not sure why or what we use that MP for, but thanks, Calliope. Happy to see you're watching us, whatever we're doing. Not at all bothered by that. Let's fight this guy. Who's this? Is this just another robber? I saw a building off in the distance, so that's the direction I'll be headed for the time being. Yeah, this is all old stuff. Ashigaru, Goblin, Skeleton, nothing terribly interesting. Just spread out our attacks and go, go, go. Things are a little bit harder now that we don't have any magical healing in our group, what with the teacher being gone, but these are just the same old enemies, so I'm not too worried about them. Especially since we have our defense newly increased from all of that armor we just bought. We should be pretty much invulnerable. Like that Ashigaru only dealt 5 damage just now. So yeah, I'm really not terribly threatened by these enemies. We'll just beat them up, hopefully get a stat increase or 2 out of it, and move along our way. Yep, Flame makes short order of a lot of these early battles. There's a goblin meat, but nothing we can benefit from. Got 99 Kiro and also a longsword. And I believe that Virtue still had an open equipment slot. So let's go ahead and give Virtue that longsword. Yes, 1 equipment slot left here on Virtue. So even though he already has 3 weapons and really does not need any more weapons, the longsword will increase his strength by 4. So that's kind of how you want to play robots. You just want to keep all of their slots in use at all times, just to get the maximum number of stat increases, even if you're not planning on actually using the item for its intended function. Like, I haven't used that shield for its intended function yet, and yet I have benefited from the defense boost of it. Actually, where'd that enemy go? Let's fight one more encounter before we wrap things up this time. This has mostly been an urban adventure today, exploring that Outset Town, so I'd like to squeeze one more fight in here. Just an Ashigaru though. Should go down with relative ease. Only 0 damage from Zenith because he is practicing that newly purchased punch technique. And that's all. 33 Kuro and 6 MP from Calliope. Thank you once again, Calliope, for your gift. Can't wait to find out what that's for. And next time, we'll be checking out what's inside this temple here. But until then, thanks a lot for watching. See ya.